Puneet. Yeah, of course. See, Larsen Turbo is actually facing a tough time currently, as more than 35% their order is coming from Middle East. But I think if things get settled down in 1 month or 2 months, I think they are going to get more orders also from there. Of course, for 1 or 2 quarter, they will have a cash problem, maybe working capital problem will be there, and margin pressure will be there. But as the already the viewer is for the long term, I don't think long term there is a problem. So I think he is getting a good opportunity to invest more. If he wants, he can start investing. For long term, I think much better return will be available for this stock from here.
3-4 stocks which I can do daily SIP over next couple of months, which could be predominantly from mid and small cap.
Okay, got that question, Vinod. Let me go across to Tapan then. Tapan, is there a space or a few companies that are on your radar, given the current correction, that you would recommend for the next 5 to 7 years? I know it's a very volatile time period, so there could be a lot of changes in that aspect, but given that, is there something that you would recommend for Vinod?
Yeah, I think he can invest, like the banks are coming down. So some of the banks like Karur Vysya bank, you can think about it. Even if you want a federal bank also, NBFC also, there are some stocks, like Aadhar housing finance, and also if you want some of the hotel stocks also coming down. So there also I think Samhi Hotel is one of them, and Lemon Tree is another thing. So plus EMS like Syrma, that is also a good stock. So these are some of the stocks which he can add it for small cap, mid cap for the little longer time.
Yet another live caller coming in from Vijayawada. Anjali, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am, and hi, sir. I'm having the Vimta Lab shares of 700 average of 900 shares. So, what is the short-term and long-term target for this?
Okay, long-term target. Let's get in Tapan. Tapan, any target, any view on Vimta Labs?
Well, I think if I see the fundamental and all that, last year has been much better. I think, but the stock has fallen a lot from the top. So better to wait for some time. I think things will recover. If I see at least 20% upside, I can see at least in 1 year from here. So better to wait in this stock.
Wait on Vimta Labs, what Tapan suggests. But the next question, Tapan, also coming to you from K. Parthasati. He's a senior citizen from Chennai, holding EIH in his portfolio roughly at 390 rupees per share. So stocks down almost 100 rupees from that mark. Tapan, he's holding 50 shares. Would you recommend him averaging at this point of time? Because the hotel space as a whole has seen a lot of correction. What would be your view?
Yeah, he can average. I think this hotel stock is good, and you see the demand will be there again in the summer. No, I think people are not going to overseas like Middle East and all that. They are coming to the domestic places only. So I think that is where this company will be benefited. I think the stock is good. He can average at this level also.
Right. The next query is coming in from Nitish, and he wants to know which defense stock to enter for short term. Saumil, any defense counter that looks attractive on charts?
Defense counter, I've been tracking BEL and HAL, but in the very short term, I would not suggest. Let it start forming hard tops, hard bottom, and then we can enter these stocks, because it has already been falling now in the very short term. So let's wait for the breakouts on the upside, or if it sustains about 20-40 daily moving average, and then probably it would be a good buying opportunity in the short term.
Got that view, and fair point there as well, Saumil. But the next question coming in, it's on a beaten down stock in that sense. Blue Jet is what I'm talking about. Let's pull up today's chart. Stock's down almost 4%, as well as the 1 year chart, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you haven't tracked this counter. Our viewer Sabu from Kochi actually holds 60 shares, bought at 691. So he is sitting on a considerable amount of loss at this point of time. Let's look at the 1 year chart very quickly as well. He wants a 1 year view, Tapan, on this counter. There you go, almost down 22%, been very volatile over the last few months as well, and bless you, Somit. But largely, Tapan, what would be your view on Blue Jet? Would you recommend Sabu to continue holding or exit this underperforming counter?
No, better to hold it. No, the stock has already fallen a lot, and no, hopefully the management told from next quarter the company prospects will be good. Of course, the results are not been so great from last 1 or 2 quarter, but this sector is quite good. It will recover, and at this level, no, I think already much more is priced in. So better to wait for 1 or 2 quarter more. I think things will recover from that.
Okay. The next query is coming in from Sudha from Hyderabad, and she wants to know the fundamental outlook on Shakti pumps. Are valuations reasonable at this moment, and should she buy for long term, Tapan?
Yeah, see, recently what government declared Jal Yojana, no, that if you see, we thought that no, for all these pumps and all that, it will be a good news. But the problem is all these companies are facing lot of cash crunch and working capital issues. And if you see the last 1 year results of this company is not so great. So I will not suggest this company to buy. If he wants to buy and he wants to get enrolled to this government, whatever they propose, I think Wabag and all that will be a better option rather than going to this company.
Got that view, Tapan. But the next query that's coming in now, it's on Tata Motors passenger vehicles. A stock that's down today in trade, and largely the story being that media reports speculating a 2-week suspension in terms of production till April 8th. Now, the story goes that they have informed the suppliers about the same, but largely FY26 has seen a couple of times hits on its production, right? One was because of the tariffs by the US in April 2025, and then, a month's production lost, in the month of August and September, largely because of a cyber attack. So stock's been down and out in that sense. Now, Tapan, Sanjay actually holds shares at 506. Now, his question is, it is a good time to average this counter now. Would you recommend that, given that JLR is almost 70% of his revenues? Do you think it's a wise decision to average now?
Basically, the stock is down and out, and if you see in automobiles, I think this is having the lowest valuation. Of course, the issues are much bigger here, but I think at this price, much more is already priced in, and I know that 2-week production stop is also is a problem, but better to wait. And if he is there for long term, at least for 2-3 years, I think 300 is a good level to enter. I think things will recover for Tata Motors. Already stock is down and out.
Okay, a live caller coming in from Andhra Pradesh. Venkat, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Yes, sir, I hold Geo Finance 100 shares at the rate of 326.
Okay.
Shall I purchase at this rate one more 100 for long term?
Okay. Tapan, should Venkat buy more 100 shares of Geo Finance at the current levels to average it out?
Yeah, he can. And it's available at a good valuation. Again, yesterday news came that they already had an alliance with Bajaj Alliance. The collaboration Bajaj Alliance. And I think most of the department will be coming into profitability in next 1 or 2 years. So yes, I think he can hold the stock. From here, recovery will be there.
Siddharth Chaturvedi from Jaipur actually has a very interesting question. Yet again, from a long-term perspective. He's asking between 4 hospital stocks, Global Health, Yatharth, KIMS, as well as Narayana, Tapan. Which one is a preferred pick according to you? If you like multiple names also within this list, what would those be?
I will give all 4 names actually. Overall the basket is quite good, and all this 4 stock has done well. So I think then also if he wants to go, Narayana is good, even Yatharth is good. But honestly, I'm positive on all the 4. So he can take as a basket. Hospital as a basket will do well from here. So anyone he can choose, not a problem.
Next query is coming in from Vinaiti from Bangalore, and 100 office shares is what they're holding at a price of 380 rupees. Should average now, or any long-term view on this, Tapan? Office?
Sorry, can you just embassy office you are talking about?
No. Office space.
Office space. Okay, office space. I think if I see here, see the problem is recently the quarterly results was not great, and I think this again the real estate is in a problem. Better not to average at this level. I think he can wait maybe 1 or 2 quarters, then only he can take these. Not at this level, of course.
Got the view, Tapan. But time now, viewers, to look at the BSE FNO setup now, because you've largely seen a day where it's been a tough one for the markets as we discussed. So when you look at the Sensex heat map, You've seen stocks like Indigo, HDFC Bank, Reliance continuing to be in the downtick today for the Sensex. Some IT names trying to pull up strength, but largely almost 27 stocks of the Sensex down today, almost down 1,000 points, more than 1,000 points now as we speak. As well, when you look at the banking also, that's been the other key factor where you have seen consolidation at the 53,000 mark, but failing to hold it yet again today. Consistently seeing pressure on that aspect for the Bank Nifty today. But when you look at the stocks which are in focus today as well, as part of longs as well as shorts, let's pull up that list very quickly. Of course, these are some active contracts for the Sensex, but look at the key stocks that are on our radar today in terms of short unwinding, the longs as well very quickly. Individual stocks that continue to be on our radar at this point of time. TCS as well as Samman Capital are some which are seeing long build up in trade today. TCS just a tad about 2,400 in terms of the other key in terms of short coverings. You're also seeing the IT pack. So both longs being longs as well as shorts covering seeing for the IT pack. ONGC also continues to see that pack, but in terms of longs being unwinded, Growth Properties is under pressure today, down 3.4%, while Hutco is the other counter, as well as a short build-up yet again being built on Tata Motors PV. We just discussed the reasons. Then Shriram Finance, it's an interesting pick, this one, because just started to get momentum on Tuesday for the first time after that consistent pressure on this particular counter, and yet again losing that momentum very, very quickly as well. So these are some of the key stocks which are in our focus today as well. But let me go across, take the next stock related query now that's coming in from Srikanta from Bengaluru. Wants to enter the pharma space, Granules or Laurus Labs, Tapan, for the next 3 years. Would either be on your radar?
Yeah, I think Laurus Lab is quite a good option. Now, if your CDMO business is doing well overall, and I think the demand will be there. Again, rupee depreciation is happening. That is also actually helping Laurus, and the fundamentals are good, and their overall commentary is also quite means you can progressive. So I think yes, Laurus Lab we can buy at every dips for long term.
Query is coming in from Pramod from Bangalore, and Saumil, he wants to know the technical view on Reliance Industries. Is it a good time to enter?
Reliance Industries have been very resilient. It's been trading around 200 daily exponential moving average, which is a very good sign for the stock. However, in the very, very short term, it has been in a very tight range between 1300 and 1400. So that 100 points range has been there. Now, today, it has broken the previous swing low. So I'll be expecting in the very short term, I'll be expecting the stock to go down till 1330. And the next level on the downside would be 1305. These are very crucial levels to watch out for. If it does not sustain, around those levels, then the next level would be around 1270 and 1280. So in the short to medium term outlook, I think there is a little bit of pain. But however, the structure, the medium term and the long term structure still remains positive. So I'll be looking to buy around 1270, 1300 levels.
Saumil, but let's go across, take our next caller from Vijayawada, and Shri has a stock related query for us. Shri, good morning, welcome to the show. What's your query?
Sir, I bought India at the rate of 29,600, sir, 10 shares, sir. I want to know the long-term and the medium outlook of the stock, sir.
Got it. What would your view be, Tapan? Stock's trading at 26,000 now, and Shri's bought at 29,600. Should he continue to hold this counter, and if possible, is it a good time to average?
Yeah, I can hold the stock. The stock is already beaten out, and I think the future looks much more brighter from here. And the valuation is quite conducive. I think he can hold the stock. But yes, some of the other stocks also there in pharma which are doing well. So once it comes up on above 28,000, he can move it to like Sun Pharma, Cipla. They are also quite good if he wants to diversify a little bit on the pharma sector.
Time now for the rapid fire round in this edition of Ask Profit. Tapan as well as Saumil request you to keep your answers on buy, sell or hold, so we can take as many in the next few minutes. The first question is coming from Mohit. He's holding 200 shares of HDFC Life at 599. Can he continue to hold for the next 2 years, Tapan?
Yeah, hold.
Karthik from Hyderabad is holding 175 shares of ITC, bought at a price of 404, currently sitting on a loss. Should he average or sell? Tapan, any view?
Sell on rise.
Tata Motors PV, we took the fundamental view. Sawmill, our viewer is holding shares at 399. I know it's a very short-term chart, but any view that you have on the stock now?
I think I'll hold to it for a long term, but short term, definitely there's pain.
Sunita from Hyderabad wants to know whether should she buy Ellenberry Industrial Gases at the current level. Tapan, any view?
No.
Muralidharan is holding 150 shares of HEG, bought at 505 Sawmill. He's asking if he should continue to hold or sell out on this particular move.
The book profit for short term, however, my view is positive. I'll be expecting the stock to continue the trend.
Arvind from Mumbai is holding 2,000 shares of Canara Bank, bought at a price of 160. Should he continue to hold or sell? Any view on this, Sawmill?
Sell.
Oracle Financial, Tapan, a viewer has bought it. Ishwar has bought it at 6645. That's the only IT play in his portfolio. Should he add more now?
No.
Sankalp from Goa is holding Persistent System. Should he continue to hold for long term, Tapan?
Sell on rise.
Madrasan, 300 shares bought at 65 for the long term. Should he continue to hold, Tapan?
Yeah, hold and buy on dips.
Kaushik from Vadodara wants to know whether is it a good time to buy HDFC Bank for short term. Sawmill, any view?
I will hold.
Prashant holds Dixon at 12,240 Sawmill. He's holding a considerable quantity of 126 shares. What's your view on the stock now?
Hold.
Santosha Babu from Bangalore is holding 500 shares of Capri Global, bought at an average price of 178. Should he hold for the next 2 to 3 years, Tapan?
Hold.
Sawmill Tejas Networks bought by Ram at 516, a very volatile counter. Should he continue to hold?
No, book profits.
Mayur is holding 500 shares of Graphite India, bought at a price of 520. Wants to know whether should he sell at the current level. Sawmill, any view?
Hold.
Lemon Tree bought by Zakir at 125. Tapan, he's holding a 1500 shares. Can he continue to do so for the next 1 year?
Yes, hold.
Kamlesh from Delhi is holding 2000 shares of Patel Engineering, bought at a price of 35. Can he hold for long term, Tapan?
Yeah, hold it.
Happiest Minds bought at 445 Sawmill by our viewer Lavanya. Should she continue to hold or sell out at any pullback?
Sell on rise, but the targets in the short term would be 500, 490, 500.
Got it. Well, that's the end of this round of the rapid fire in this edition of Fast Profit. But Sawmill, thanks so much for helping us solve the queries over the last half an hour. Tapan, stay on. A lot more stock related queries, viewers on the other side after this very short break.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये हाथ केवल हल नहीं चलाते, मिट्टी से सोना उगाते हैं। ये हाथ केवल सिलाई नहीं करते, देश को नया रूप देते हैं। ये हाथ लोगों को उनकी मंजिल तक पहुंचाते हैं और इन्हें हम आसानी से लोन देकर अपना फर्ज निभाते हैं। कैप्री लोन्स फर्ज निभाते हैं।
Technology, as you know, is rewriting jobs, expectations, it's rewriting culture, it's perhaps rewriting leadership itself.
Today's what is called is triple T.
Right.
Technology, talent through transformation.
I think it's an adoption of the technology which is all about mindset.
There is a $200 billion industry which has already come up in AI, just in HR, and it's going to hit us like a tsunami.
बिटिया की शादी है हमारी।
बधाइयों बधाइयों।
कुछ पैसे मिल जाते समय पे लौटा दूंगा। जिंदगी में जरूरत के वक्त हम अक्सर अकेले पड़ जाते हैं।
इसीलिए तो केपरी लोन्स आपको गोल्ड लोन देके अपना फर्ज निभाते हैं। केपरी लोन्स फर्ज निभाते हैं।
This market is so fragmented on both sides. It was extremely underutilized. We cater to SMEs. These are 80% of this market is dominated by SMEs. He would call a guy that भैया गाड़ी लगा दो, and he would say that कि भैया मैं आ रहा हूँ 15 मिनट में. He would not come till 60 minutes.
IIT Kharagpur, bright future, can get a good job, got a couple of great jobs, and then decided that I want to start my own business.
In JP Morgan, we were tracking US companies. We were inspired by Uber, wanted to do something of our own. We also felt compelled, coming from a Marwadi family, it was also this that कि अभी नहीं करूँगा तो बाद में घर वाले शादी कर देंगे.
You started also with a fairly small amount, self-funded. What were those initial pitches like?
Initially, raising fund was also difficult for first few rounds.
Really? You got funded in 6 months?
But we didn't got funded after that. One of the fundraisers, Pranav, had met 100 investors and still not got one term sheet.
What happens with a business when it has also a significant retail customer focus is then you also get a lot of feedback.
I usually start with my day where one or few of the emails would just say that you have ruined my life. I want to shift in house, I couldn't shift it because of you. This is a wedding dress which was not delivered.
Will the rising sun win with a hand in hand? Will the two leaves and lotus bloom? Who will whistle to success in Tamil Nadu? To understand the Tamil Nadu twist, join me in the midst of our politics and people. Vanakkam Tamil Nadu, here we come.
India, a land of story and resilience. 1.4 billion hearts share this home and the responsibility to protect it.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit right here on IndiTV Profit. If you haven't already, do start sending in your queries on WhatsApp. You can also call us, talk to us, as well as our guests on or your stock-related queries as well. We still have Tapan Doshi with us. Let me welcome in Rajesh Bhosle. He's the equity technical and derivative analyst at Angel One. Rajesh, very good morning to you. Before I come to you, let me just take the next query very quickly. It's on JBM Auto, bought by Lalita from Bangalore, who is a regular viewer, at 259. So she is sitting on a considerable amount of profits. Asking what she should do now with this counter. Rajesh, it's been a volatile one very recently. Would you recommend Lalita to exit, book the profits, go home with 100% gains?
As of now, I would suggest to hold on to it because if you see the weekly charts, it has precisely taken support on last year's swing low, and last week we saw a strong bullish engulfing pattern. So this week it's witnessing price correction, but overall chart seems to be forming a structural bottom. So hold on to it somewhere around 500 level. The stock has a strong support, and once it breaks above 600, the stock can have a strong move towards the levels of around 750 levels. So hold on to it.
The next query is coming in from Kishore from Hyderabad. He's holding 400 shares of JG Chemical, bought at a price of 375. He's a long-term investor. Should he continue to hold this? Tapan, any view on JG Chemical?
Well, this company, if you see, it's the problem is with the profitability. There is a big pressure on the margin, and again the chemical business is overall not doing well. And I think lot of issues will be there on the demand side also. So my suggestion is better to move out from the stock and go to better sector like defense or banking, which are available at a lower level.
The view, Tapan. The next query that's coming in right now. It's on United Spirits. Now, stock has been focused, over the last couple of days, based off them selling across, the RCB franchise, netting in a good profit for that as well. And if you see, this week has been very volatile in that sense. It's down 2%. But, a lot of analysts put in a value to that entity of almost between 100 to 150. Hema Deepak actually holds shares at 1,380 rupees per share. Now, she's already bought 100 shares, Tapan. Ask if it's a good time to add 100 more. What would your view be on the stock now?
Well, the stock is okay, and as you told, no, RCB sold, so I think that benefit will be available on the net worth part. But if you see the consumption pattern also, I think it will be conducive for the spirits and all that for the next few quarters also. At this level, if he is getting, yes, he can not 100, but maybe 20, 30 shares. He can, in part way, he can add it till 1150 if it goes down till that. But yes, he can start adding it, no problem.
Caller query coming in from Andhra Pradesh. Bharat, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Good morning, sir. I am holding 500 shares of Happiest Minds at the price of 445.
Okay.
So, actually, yesterday, Happiest Mind partnership with Unify app to accelerate the enterprise of AI adoption. What is the immediate target and long-term view?
Okay. Any long-term view on this, Tapan? Happiest Mind?
Well, honestly, long term, I am not too much bullish on this stock. Already, if you see the margins are in pressure, of course, some news are there. But I think in future, I think a lot of tough challenges are there in part of AI for this company. So my take will be, I think, on rise, better to sell.
To sell Happiest Minds is what Tapan recommends. But the next question is coming in from Karthik now. He's holding BEML, but bought at 2494. He's currently sitting on a loss, a considerable one to add the least. But would you recommend, Rajesh, for him to add more at this point is what his question is. Stock's down 22% this year. What would your view be?
Definitely an underperformer, but now if we see the chart structure are moving towards its long-term support. If we see on the weekly chart, prices are now hovering around its 200 weekly moving average. And also last year during the March month, there was a rally from this level. So I would suggest to wait for now. If it dips further towards 1300 levels, that is the origin point of the last year's rally. So add some more around 1300 levels.
Okay. The next query is coming in from Satyan. He's holding few shares of BBTC, that is Bombay Burma, at a price of 1,450. He wants to know whether should he add more or exit this counter. Tapan, any view?
Well, don't add more. You can hold the stock. I think because the market is falling, this stock is also falling. Overall, I think the stock has already come down a lot. But my suggestion is, because it's a holding company, many challenges will be there in the future. So just hold. And once it comes up, maybe 20-30% up from here, he can sell if he wants.
Got that view, Tapan. Right now, the market definitely not appreciating the value that it holds in Britannia at this point of time. And continuing to be on our viewers' radars definitely at this point. But you're seeing yet again that the Nifty is broken that 23,000 mark. We broke that earlier in today's trading session, but yet again under pressure for the Nifty 50. The next question coming is from Anthony. He's a long-term investor. Has an interesting question. He's looking to enter Interact Building Products or Jyoti CNC. Would you recommend, Tapan, either of those counters that look good for the long term?
Can you spell the name again?
One's Interact Building Solutions in the prefab building space. The other one's Jyoti CNC, Tapan.
I think Jyoti CNC looks much better. If you see their overall quarterly results are okay, and again the counter is already down. But I think in auto ancillary company sector also, they are in the aerospace and defense. I think this looks much more interesting. So if he wants, he can add this stock at this level also.
Next query is coming in from Vysya, and it's on eMudra. He has bought 500 shares at a price of 490, saying that the current share prices are at 390. He's is sitting on a loss. Should he continue to hold this counter or exit? Is there any chance of the share prices moving back to 500 level? Tapan, any view on eMudra?
No, Mundra, I'm not too much positive. Lot much depending on the government policies. If any change in government policy, it will hurt a lot. So my take will be, if it goes up, now better to get out from this stock and go to better stocks.
Got the view, Tapan, but Piramal Pharma is the other counter. Rajesh, that's Venkat Ramani has on her radar. 1,000 shares bought at 201. So, currently sitting on the loss. What would you recommend, Rajesh? Is there any upside momentum to what we're seeing in today's move as well? Should she continue to hold? Any chance of getting back to the buying price?
So I would suggest definitely hold. If we see the pharma space are showing relative strength, and even if we see PPL Pharma, it's forming an engulfing pattern on the weekly chart. It's on a strong support. So yes, definitely expecting a bounce back. Possibly 160, 165 levels can be retested. Around those levels, we need to revisit the chart. But as of now, it's on a strong support, expecting a strong up move.
Next is a caller query coming in from Bareilly. Arvind, you can go ahead and ask your query.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर. मेरा सर क्वेरी था बिल्डिंग मटेरियल की कौन सी कंपनी फंडामेंटली स्ट्रांग है, मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था.
ओके.
कंपनी जो फंडामेंटली स्ट्रांग हो बिल्डिंग मटेरियल की.
तपन, बिल्डिंग मटेरियल स्पेस में आपको कौन सी कंपनी फंडामेंटली ज्यादा स्ट्रांग लग रही है जिसमें अरविंद जी पैसा लगा सकते हैं?
देखो, सिरामिक कंपनीज में बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर रहा है क्योंकि एलएनजी का प्रॉब्लम है, गैस का प्रॉब्लम है, तो काफ़ी सारी सिरामिक कंपनी डाउन आ रही है. उसमें एक कजारिया सिरामिक है, लीडर है, अभी थोड़ा नीचे आया है और आई थिंक थोड़ा वेट करके लेना. बट वो एक है कि अगर आप रखोगे इस लेवल पे, क्योंकि कभी ना कभी गैस के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होंगे और बाद में बिल्डिंग मटेरियल की डिमांड बढ़ेगी, तो कुछ साल में ये यहाँ से अच्छा रिटर्न देंगे. तो ये कजारिया सिरामिक आप लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो.
होपफुली अरविंद जी आपकी क्वेरी सॉल्व हो जाए तपन के व्यू से. बट नेक्स्ट वन क्वेरी कमिंग इन ऑन ICICI Pro AMC. नाउ राजेश, a viewer actually, Puneet from Ghaziabad, holds shares at 2853. I know it's a very limited time frame, but he's asking a short-term view of what could be your opinion on the stock. Any view here?
So after listing, it has been under pressure, but this week there is some strength and there is a positive chart structure. So as of now, we are seeing a higher bottom with whatever limited data we have, expecting a further traction possibly towards the levels of around 3100. So hold on to it. On the downside, if we see somewhere around 2750 to 2800, there's a base. Hold on to it for a near-term targets of around 3100.
Shankar Mali is holding 2,000 shares of Praj Industries, bought at an average price of 400 rupees. Rajesh, short-term view on this counter?
So if you see, definitely there is a base formation since last few weeks. Immediately there is a resistance around 335. Once that is taken out, we can expect further up move towards the levels of around 365 to 370, which is its 200 EMA. As of now, definitely there is a base formation. Hold on to it with a stop loss around 290 levels.
Got that view, Rajesh. Praj Industries is another very, very volatile counter in the last 1 year as well. But next caller dialing in from Bengaluru, Venkat, has a stock query for us. Venkat, good morning. Welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Very good morning to you. Very good morning to you. I have got a query regarding NTPC Green. Okay, I have got 300 stock at the rate of 101. That is the average price.
Okay.
And is this the right time to average it out, or I can hold it for about 1 year plus? And is this a good stock to hold on for a long term of more than 1 year, or no? Can I average it out at this price? Because it has been falling down only. I would like to know your opinion.
Got it, Venkat. Tapan, NTPC Green, it's not been in favor too much in terms of even brokerages as well. Largely, they do prefer a lot of companies apart from NTPC Green in the pure play space like Vari. Is that your view also? Would you recommend Venkat to exit NTPC Green, buy something else, or should he continue to hold?
Now, my take will be, as you told Puneet, better to exit from this. So already valuation is on a higher side. Actually, when they brought the IPO, at that time only valuation was quite high and the stock is not performing. I think still reasonable problem will be there for NTPC Green in the coming future also. My suggestion is, if he wants to that, I think better to switch from NTPC Green to NTPC. I think NTPC will give a much better return from here. So switch to NTPC rather than NTPC Green.
Okay. The next query is from Krishna and it's on Natco Pharma. He is holding 370 shares bought at a price of 1100 rupees. He wants to know whether can he hold the counter for the next 3 to 5 years. Any view on this, Tapan, Natco Pharma?
Yeah, good stock, and I think good recovery coming. Again, you see from last few quarters things are doing well. Of course, last quarter there was a problem, but I think management is quite optimistic. So at this level, I'm quite positive. You can buy at dips for long term.
The view, Tapan, but Canara Bank, Rajesh is the other counter I want to put your view on. Ramesh from Bengaluru actually wants a short-term view on this particular counter. What would your view be?
I would say so. I mean, day before yesterday, there was strong positive momentum in the PSU banking space. But today, along with the broader market, it has slipped again. But if we see, the stock is hovering around 200 DE moving average. So some kind of positive traction is there. Hold on to it somewhere around 125, 124. There is a strong support. And once the prices crosses above 137, expect a strong move towards the levels of 148 to 155. So I hold on to it for now with a stop loss of 124.
Okay. Rajani wants to know whether is it a right time to invest in Coforge for long term, Tapan?
No, I don't think so, no, because still we don't know where the AI impact will go. I think still I'll wait for 1.5 year. Out of this, all these IT companies who are the leader in AI enabled software. Of course, Coforge is good, but again, the valuation is on our side compared to other large cap also. So my take is better to avoid and go to other good sectors.
Got that view, Tapan, but another caller dialing in from Hyderabad. Mansi has a stock query for us. Mansi, good morning, welcome to the show. What's your query?
I want to invest 3 lakhs in this market correction.
Okay.
So what any 3 to 4 stocks where the valuations are attractive and this is for long term from mid cap and small cap sector.
And Mansi, do you have any equity exposure right now? Is this you are entering the market now?
No, I have already exposure.
Okay, you have already some exposure. Got it. Tapan, mid cap, small caps both been very volatile across sectors and spaces. But anything on your radar for Mansi?
Yeah, as I told earlier, then I think banking may do well. So banking and NBFC, these are the two sectors where you can go for NBFC housing, like LIC housing or Aadhar housing. Then banking, Federal Bank, Karur Vysya or DCB Bank. Then I think EMS sector, where I told Syrma and maybe Dixon. Dixon, of course, is the large, so I'll not tell about that. And other sectors, I think hotels and hospitals. These are also the hospital you told Yatharth. And I think global health, this is also good. In hotels, I think Lemon Tree, that is also good. So these are some of the sectors she can think about it for long term.
Raghu from Hyderabad is holding 89 shares of NHPC bought at a price of 75 rupees. Should he accumulate or exit? Rajesh, any view on this NHPC?
So I would suggest to add more, but hold on to the current position because since last 1 year, not much has happened in this stock, but somewhere some base formation is happening around 70 levels. Once the stocks move above 80 levels and sustain about, then we can expect some momentum back towards 95 to 100 levels. As of now, not much is happening, so hold on to your current positions.
Got that view, Rajesh. The next question coming in on IDBI Bank, bought by Suresh at 99. Now, Rajesh, we've seen that the stake sale might be off the table, and hence we've seen a correction on the stock. Should Suresh exit now at this point of time? Would that be your view?
So just to exit because the buying is of higher levels. And somewhere the prices are now reaching oversold zone and approaching its long-term support levels. So as of now, hold on to it. If we see the rally that started earlier, started from the levels of around 60 levels. And it's now approaching those levels. So possibly we can expect a rebound from the 60 levels. So hold on to it. And when it bounces back towards 75 to 78 levels, we need to recheck the charts.
Rajiv Saha from Calcutta is holding 300 shares of Bajaj Housing Finance bought at a price of 100 rupees. He wants to know whether should he sell, hold or average. Tapan, any view on this?
Well, I think he can average. The stock has already fallen a lot, and if you see it is having a very good credit growth. If you see that overall the guidance is also good, and of course now the valuation was on a higher side, but now I think it is much more reasonable compared to earlier. So yes, please add at this level. I have no issues.
Got your view, Tapan, but next caller actually dialing in from Hyderabad, and Puneet has a stock query for us. Good morning, welcome to the show. What's your query?
Very good morning. I'm holding 750 ONGC shares, which I bought at 275 rupees. I would like to know whether to hold or sell, and what would be the short-term target price.
Okay, you want a short-term target price. Got it. Rajesh, on ONGC, yet again, even in the short term, it has been driven by a lot of news flow happening in the Middle East. But on the charts, what would you recommend?
This counter is mainly driven by the news flows, but overall chart structure remains positive on the higher time frame, and high top, high bottom is still intact. The kind of positive momentum is they're expecting a further move towards 290 levels. So hold on to it. Keep a trailing stop loss of around 265, and 295 to 300 would be the immediate targets.
Well, Rajesh as well as Tapan and our viewers, it's time now for the rapid fire round in this edition of Fast Profit. You both know the drill. Let me go across to the first query on Lodha Developers. Kotresh from Hubli actually wants to know what could be, if he can buy into this counter now and a target to watch. Rajesh, your view?
Avoid it. It's an underperforming counter.
Raghuram from Trichy is holding 150 shares of JSW Energy at a price of 487.5. Should he hold or sell, Tapan?
Hold.
Tata Power, Fortis or Canara on a target stock for the next 1 year, Tapan?
Canara.
Rohan from Calcutta is holding 15 shares of Mahanagar Gas, bought at a price of 1,030 for the last 3 years. Tapan, should he sell or hold for long term?
Sell on rise.
Jindal Stainless is a good buy for Narayana at this point of time, Rajesh?
At around 670 levels.
Sagar from Bangalore wants to know whether it's a good time to enter RR Cable for the next 2 to 3 years, Tapan?
Yeah, good stock.
The next query that's coming in, it's on ITC, bought at 410. What would you recommend, Tapan, for the medium term?
Sell on rise.
Okay, Vishy wants to know the target for the Leela Palace Hotel for less than 1 year. Rajesh, any view?
I'm not tracking this counter.
Okay.
Any view that you might have, Tapan, on Leela Hotels, Leela Palaces?
Yeah, he can add at lower levels.
The next one's on Glottis. I know, Rajesh, it's again a very volatile counter. Do you track it firstly, is what Piyush is asking, what should he do with this counter?
Avoid.
Okay, Sayan from Kolkata wants to know whether it's the right time to buy KPIT Tech for long term, Tapan?
No.
Chennai Petro, Rajesh, bought by a viewer at 845. This is Souvik from Kolkata. Should he continue to hold his 50 shares?
Let's hold on to it.
The next query is coming in from Srinivas, and he wants to know Polyplex Corp is holding 100 shares at a price of 2,200. Should he hold or exit? Any view on this, Tapan?
Hold.
A DLF stocks at a 52-week low, Tapan, is what Mahalakshmi suggests. Should she buy now?
Yeah, she can add.
The next query is from Kunal from Indore. He is holding 100 shares of BL at a price of 440. Short to medium term target on this, Rajesh?
Hold on to it. I expect a bounce towards 440 levels.
Our viewer holds BEL. Shankar from Delhi holds BEL. He wants to add another stock, Tapan, from the defense pack. What would that be?
HL.
Karthik from Chennai is holding 1,000 shares of IFCI at a price of 53. Should he average at the current level, Tapan?
No, just hold.
Bajaj Finance or Shriram Finance? What's a good investment right now? What would you suggest, Rajesh?
Shriram Finance.
Well, that's the end of the rapid fire as well as this edition of Fast Profit. But Tapan as well as Rajesh, thanks so much for helping us solve all these queries. But viewers, before we wrap, let's quickly listen into FM Nirmala Sitharaman talking about the government's recent announcement as well as on petrol and diesel this morning and the excise duty cut. Let's listen into what she has to say.
विदेश में मार्केट में दाम बढ़ रही है क्रूड का, उसके कारण पेट्रोल और डीजल का, एटीएफ का। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये चाहा कि कंज्यूमर का प्राइस बढ़ना नहीं है। उसके कारण हम निर्णय लिए हैं कि ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज को सपोर्ट दें और जिससे वो ज़्यादा दाम में खरीदने वाली चीज़ों को सरकार उनको मदद करेगी, मगर जनता के ऊपर रेट बढ़ाना नहीं होना चाहिए। दूसरा, बड़ा दाम विदेश में बढ़ रही है, उसके कारण ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज खरीदना रोकें। ये से हालत ना हो, वो फिर भी खरीदें, फिर भी ले आएं और हमारी जनता को समय समय पर सही क्वांटिटी जितना भी मिलना चाहिए उतना मिलने का इंतज़ाम करें। इसीलिए आज इस निर्णय के कारण सप्लाई कमी नहीं होगा, सप्लाई में, अवेलेबिलिटी में कमी ना होगा, जनता को डीजल भी, पेट्रोल भी, क्रूड भी मिलेगा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
हाथ, ये जो हाथ है ना, सिर्फ लकड़ी ही नहीं, हमारा कल भी तराशते हैं। बंद हो या हो कोई स्ट्राइक, इनका शटर हमेशा खुल जाता है। इन हाथों का यही तो आपसे नाता है और इन्हें हम आसानी से लोन देकर अपना फर्ज निभाते हैं। कैप्री लोन्स फर्ज निभाते हैं।
Tonight is about the people who build the places where we spend most of our lives.
The NDTV Excellence Awards recognize organizations and leaders who are setting benchmarks in people-centric workplaces. The winner is TVS Motors Company Limited. The award goes to Zydus Life Sciences Limited. The winner is Make My Trip. Mr. Vivek Pathak, Planet Cast Media Services Limited.
The Lifetime Achievement Award.
हाथ, ये हाथ केवल हल नहीं चलाते, मिट्टी से सोना उगाते हैं। ये हाथ केवल सिलाई नहीं करते, देश को नया रूप देते हैं। ये हाथ लोगों को उनकी मंजिल तक पहुंचाते हैं और इन्हें हम आसानी से लोन देकर अपना फर्ज निभाते हैं। कैप्री लोन्स फर्ज निभाते हैं।
This market is so fragmented on both sides. It was extremely underutilized. We cater to SMEs. These are 80% of this market is dominated by SMEs. He would call a guy that भैया गाड़ी लगा दो, and he would say that कि भैया मैं आ रहा हूँ 15 मिनट में. He would not come till 60 minutes.
IIT Kharagpur, bright future, can get a good job, got a couple of great jobs, and then decided that I want to start my own business.
In JP Morgan, we were tracking US companies. We were inspired by Uber, wanted to do something of our own. We also felt compelled, coming from a Marwadi family, it was also this that कि अभी नहीं करूँगा तो बाद में घर वाले शादी कर देंगे.
You started also with a fairly small amount, self-funded. What were those initial pitches like?
Initially, raising fund was also difficult for first few rounds.
Really? You got funded in 6 months?
But we didn't got funded after that. One of the fundraisers, Pranav, had met 100 investors and still not got one term sheet.
What happens with a business when it has also a significant retail customer focus is then you also get a lot of feedback.
I usually start with my day where one or few of the emails would just say that you have ruined my life. I want to shift in house, I couldn't shift it because of you. This is a wedding dress which was not delivered.
To To understand the Tamil Nadu twist, join me in the midst of our people, language and politics. Vanakkam Tamil Nadu, here we come.
India, a land of story and resilience. 1.4 billion hearts share this home, and the responsibility to protect it rests with all of us. As India moves towards net zero, every step matters. Walk with us as we discover the people and ideas shaping a more sustainable India. India's Sustainability Mission, an initiative by NDTV.
The fairways of Qutub Golf Course set the stage as the NDTV DP World PGTI returns for its 5th edition, from surgical iron play to composed putting on greens that run true. India's top pros joined the capital's corporate leaders for a celebration of skill, sportsmanship.
Hello and welcome back to NDTV Profit. You're watching KYC, that's Know Your Company, and today I'm not going to let you go through the hoops of guessing the company because it's a very interesting one in Veranda Learning. Now, the EdTech space has been very, very active. You've seen on the private side, Upgrad acquiring an academy, and the things start to look a very bit interesting for Veranda at this point of time, given that they've done a QIP just about 9 to 10 months ago, as well as the demerger that's expected very soon, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But an integrated online to offline edtech company, meaning that they made an acquisition of JK Shah classes, which give them access to a lot more on the offline side of things. Now, of course, they serve the learners preparing for competitive as well as professional examinations, something that's not new to India at this point of time, but a very lucrative opportunity for all those that are present in this space. Now, they operate across some key examinations of the government, CA, higher education, as well as the vocational segment, which is a very interesting one. Also, given the current context, what's happening with IT amongst others, they also largely continue to acquire 14 companies in the last 2 to 3 financial years, and hence building their scale across key verticals. Now, the revenue model for the company is very interesting because, of course, a fee-based admission as well as course enrollment program. The course enrollment also, of course, needs a little bit of marketing expenses, and we'll question that to the management. But when you move on and look at the other key aspects, which is, of course, the hybrid model that the company continues to operate in. When you also see that, the company's FY25 revenue grew by almost 30% to 470 crores, has been a decent growth, but profitability has taken a hit, and we'll get to that in just a bit. NCLT has cleared the next step in the company's demerger of the high margin commerce vertical, almost 50% of the company's revenue. Why is that? Is that needed at this point of time? We'll quiz the company about that as well. And JK Shah classes, as I mentioned, that the company had acquired, will be listed as a separate entity with that brand name. So you will have access to the high margin business separately, but does it make sense for the current shareholders is something that's important to note. Also, the shareholders, of course, are scheduled to meet on April 24, 2026, which makes it very, very timely at this point of time to speak to the management just before the meeting as well as before Q4 results. They have specifically mentioned now that they are aiming to simplify the structure, sharpen the company's commerce focus, and build the growth for the next vertical. And we'll continue to look if that makes sense for the future. Now, they have also mentioned that Professor JK Shah himself will be the chairman of the new entity, and hence gets that reputed brand name as well as the person behind the reputed brand name. Now, amongst others, the government coaching exam institution has looking to cross almost 100 crores of revenue as well. So this will be another growth vertical that we'll speak to about with the company, as well as the other aspect that South India focused test preparation for the government exams is a key growth vertical for the company at this point of time. They've also recorded the highest ever annual intake of 50,000 learners in the history of the company. And this, of course, has been a company that's listed for the last 3 to 4 years. And we'll show you the street cred as well as part of our KYC's 8 parameters. But largely, a strong growth driven by the offline, the online, as well as the residential formats for the company today. In terms of what we've seen in terms of the rating parameters, something that you viewers are familiar with, income statement will be something that we'll start with as well and continue to